Hi, I'm Lou with another episode of My Car Story. We're here at the Bolingbrook Promenade. It's Supercar Saturday. I'm here with Chase. Chase, what's your last name?
Ryan.
Chase Ryan. And Chase has got a great car, which you're going to see. So I'm going to grab the camera for one moment. Now, Chase, tell me, what did you bring here today?
I brought over a 1996 Porsche 911 993. It's not a factory RS, but it looks like an RS.
It sure does. And
that was my goal, kind of to recreate the car that we never got here in the States. And yep, it's been a 3-year process, and it's been a lot of fun.
And you've had the car for 3 years.
Yep.
And what were you originally looking for?
Originally, I set out to find a 3.2 86 to 89 Carrera.
Yeah.
And then I found this car, and I've always liked the 993.
Yeah,
so.
sure. I think you've done okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Let's take a look at her.
Sure.
Come on with me. Stand right next to me and we'll talk about your car. There's no question that it catches people's attention. What is the color of this car?
It's guards red over black. The paint's actually all original.
Wow.
Minus the front bumper and the aero kit.
I love the aero kit. You can see my hand through there. And my friends in Germany have gotten me to the point where I can say Porsche correctly instead of sounding like a Midwesterner. And we've positioned your car specifically so the sun, come on right next to me, will really let people take that in right there. That's a good looking stance right there. So when you're driving it, you probably, do people kind of get what you're driving, or the Porsche Club gets what you're driving? What's kind of the reaction?
Yeah, I think so. The Porsche guys usually know what it is or have a pretty good idea. But a lot of people that are just, car guys or car people, they want to know more about it usually.
And we've got the package alongside.
Yeah, so the aero kit on the factory RS includes the side skirts here, the rear wing, and then the front splitter.
Yeah. And you mentioned to me beforehand this wing. So the air comes in here. And
Right.
We're gonna see how this works. So let's first of all, let me get a shot of the back.
All right.
Because that's a nice stance right there. Even if you're not a Porsche fan, that's a good stance. I mean, nothing like a big wing just screaming at you. That's great. And even, I just want to show the car's wonderful back end, because take a look at the nice cuts in there that just really balance off the top and the bottom, I think, wonderfully. Let's take a look at the interior before we get to the engine compartment.
Sure.
Now, you've done some things in here.
Yeah. So a factory RS would have these door panels.
Mm-hmm.
The rear seats removed with sound deadening stripped out and a lightweight carpet kit, which I've done. A lower dash delete. Down to the steering wheel and the shift knob, and even the RS center tray cubby there. So my goal was to really recreate the experience as much as I could.
I think you've done a wonderful job. And you've put these Recaros in here.
Yeah.
And they feel wonderful.
Yeah, it kind of adds to the overall experience and the rawness of the car.
How did you, you're a young man, how did you get so deep into the heritage of Porsche to put this together so well? What fired you up like this?
I'm not sure really. I always liked older things, and I've loved 90s cars.
Yeah.
The M3, older, just, I think the 90s was a great era for cars.
Okay.
So, and I've always loved 911, so. And I've always, anytime I'm drawn to a sports car, I always like the most, hardcore, like the no frills, type of car. So.
Perfect. Let's take a look at the, you've done a wonderful job. I just want to get the tags, because the tags are so cool. That just makes the car. I love what you've done with the roll bar too. It's really well played in this car.
Thank you.
Let's, I saw one more tag that I want to get. Let's open up the engine compartment.
Sure.
The one thing I like about your 993 is that the as we open it up, is you can see the engine. That's one of the disappointing parts of some of the newer
Yeah,
Porsches.
there's not much plastic covering on here.
Yeah, this is great. I mean, this is fantastic in here. We've got the air intake box. Here's where these vents come out, if you could see that through there, and the venting there. So it gets nice carbon fiber here. Let me just get some of the badging so that people and yourself can stop on that. Love the details on the car. Okay, let's start her up.
Sure. Sometimes this might fall.
Okay, I'll hold it. Such a nice sound. It is a wonderful sound. Just a little rev here. Let's shut that down. Chase, let's shut the back.
All right, I got one more thing to show you.
Yeah,
up
please.
front.
Yeah, show me something up front. Is there anything else I need to know that I might have missed?
Well, one of the things I wanted to mention was this car has
yeah, I like that.
fully adjustable coilovers, JRZ suspension.
Yeah.
My friend Alex from Performance Hero Works, he's out in Buffalo Grove, I believe. He set up the suspension along with Tim Olson of Olson Motorsport.
We'll give these guys a shout out, sure.
Yeah, they did a great job. I mean, the car is...
So this is a track monster.
Yeah, I mean, the suspension really changes a lot. Everything underneath is all RS, down to all the bushings, the suspension arms. So it's definitely a hardcore but really comfortable car still.
Yeah. Chase, what a great ride. Thanks for showing me that. And more importantly, ladies, he's single. So if you could fit in the Recaro seat, you're probably a good match. Chase, thanks so much for being on My Car Story.
Thanks for having me.